Welcome back to the channel. Usually, we explore the world of tech, learning, and innovation. But today, we're shifting gears. This time, we're not diving into digital depths. We're climbing ancient hills. Join me on a rare journey into the heart of Pakistan's living history. The Salt Range, and the stunning valley of Kalar Kahar. This isn't just a travel video. It's a history lesson written by nature. Across oceans, centuries, and civilizations. Let's go on that journey. A journey into the soul of Punjab, where ancient hills meet timeless legends. This is Kalar Kahar, and the Salt Range. Before the land had names. Before humans built temples or forts. This land was something else entirely, an ocean. Yes, hundreds of millions of years ago. The entire Salt Range was submerged under a shallow sea. As the sea slowly receded, it left behind layers upon layers of sediment, compressed over time into limestone, gypsum, and salt. Crystalline salt that shimmers in sunlight. Salt that's older than humanity. Salt that tells a story, if you know how to listen. Geologists believe the rocks of the Salt Range are some of the oldest exposed rocks in South Asia, dating back over 600 million years to the Precambrian era. That's older than the Himalayas. Older than the dinosaurs. Older than any recorded human history. Stretching from the Jhelum River in the east to the mighty Indus in the west. This mountain belt is not just ancient, it's vast. And deep inside these hills lies something extraordinary. The Khewra Salt Mine. Discovered accidentally. The mine now reaches over 40 kilometers underground, with vast tunnels, cathedrals of salt, and entire chambers carved by human hands. The mine produces over 400,000 tons of salt annually, and is the second largest salt mine in the world. But salt isn't just an economic asset here, it's historical gold. In 326 BCE, as Alexander the Great advanced through this region, his troops passed through what we now call the Salt Range. One famous tale tells us that his war horses refused to march. Instead, they began licking the rocks. That's when the soldiers discovered the salt. And from that moment, this land gained value, not just for its strategic position, but for what it held beneath the surface. Alexander's army crossed the Jhelum River, engaging in the legendary battle of the Hydaspes against Raja Porus. Despite victory, Alexander was so impressed by Porus's courage. He allowed him to continue ruling, a rare moment of ancient diplomacy. After Alexander, centuries passed. But the Salt Range never lost its allure. In 1519, the first Mughal emperor, Babur, set foot in this land. He wrote in his memoirs about the beauty of Kalar Kahar. Its lake, its peaceful air, and the majesty of its hills. He paused his march to Delhi here, built a garden called Baghi Safa, and allowed his army to rest in nature's calm embrace. But there's more to this place than kings and conquests. The Salt Range is a living museum of civilizations. Layer upon layer, era upon era. It has witnessed Stone Age hunters, early Hindu and Jain settlers, the rise of Buddhism, and the spread of Islam across the subcontinent. The spiritual heart of this land is the Katas Raj temples, a complex of ancient Hindu shrines nestled in the hills. The pond at Katas Raj is said to have formed from the tears of Lord Shiva, wept after the death of his beloved wife, Sati. Just steps away are the remains of Buddhist stupas and monasteries, dating back over 2,000 years. And nearby, you'll find Sufi shrines, where saints preached love, unity, and divine peace. Nowhere else will you find so many sacred traditions coexisting on the same ridge of rock. And then, there is Kalar Kahar itself. A shallow lake, surrounded by rolling hills. A mirror of the sky and a home to thousands of migratory birds. Flamingos, storks, herons. All stop here on their long, tireless journeys. The peacocks that roam the area have become a symbol of Kalar Kahar. Majestic, proud, and timeless. The lake's unique ecosystem supports rare plants, fish, and insects, found nowhere else in Punjab. Even the air feels older here. It smells of minerals and memory. But ancient beauty is not immune to modern danger. Unregulated mining operations are digging too deep. Tourism is growing, but not always responsibly. Trash is piling up. Sacred sites are weathering without protection. And species are disappearing quietly, without farewells. We must ask ourselves, are we visitors here, or caretakers? Because one day, the peacocks may vanish. The lake may dry. And the stories whispered by the stones could be silenced. Preserving this land is not just about heritage. It's about identity. When we protect the Salt Range, we protect the story of who we are and where we come from. This is more than geography. This is memory carved into the bones of the earth. This is the Salt Range. This is Kalar Kahar. And this is a living story, told in stone, whispered through salt, and echoing through silence.